Hey guys, so today's video is just going to be a show and tell of the second batch of hair from Double Queen hair products that I just purchased. I got this in the mail yesterday and I purchased 3 bundles of their, I believe it was Brazilian Body Wave in the lengths 22, 20, 18 and a 12-inch closure. So let's get right into the video. So, my experience was kind of the same. The communication was not that great. I mean, if you do send her a private message, I do find that they're better able to get back to you via private message rather than through the chat. A lot of times when you go on to the chat, you'll notice that there's not anyone available to actually answer your questions, and there is only one person that's ever online, which is Helen Zhang. I'm not sure if she's the owner of the company, but she definitely does work for the company. So one thing I do have to note about this particular purchase is just that when I purchase the hair, it always quotes me in US dollars, which is totally fine. However, this particular time, it was quoted as $132 US, and when the amount actually hit my credit card, I was billed an extra $20. Now, I do know that there is a conversion rate, so they would convert that to Canadian, as I do live in Canada, and they would charge that to my account. But this particular time, it just seemed a little bit extra, and I've ordered from AliExpress plenty of times to know that, you know, that's a little bit much. I was expecting more like $5 to $10, but $20 is a little bit excessive. So anyway, I called my bank, and thinking that my bank, you know, possibly mucked up something, they actually informed me that the seller is the one who placed the exchange rate at $1.55 rather than $1.14. So as you know, that resulted in a higher charge to my credit card. So I really wasn't too happy about that particular aspect of this purchase. However, when I went to the bank, they actually said that they would do a one-time reimbursement for the difference of what I was overcharged, but in the future it's up to me to go back to the seller and resolve the issue, because it's not the bank's issue, it's the seller. So I went back to the seller and just let them know that, hey, you know, I wasn't too pleased, this is what I found out. And nothing came of it, because they just sat there and pretty much denied the fact that they overcharged, or, you know, put the exchange rate higher than what it should have been. And, you know, I wasn't really going to push it too much more, only because I got back my money from the bank. But I would just say, if you're going to purchase from this company, make sure that you, you know, check your purchases, the prices, and, you know, exactly how much you're paying, especially if you're paying in a different currency. Like, for example, myself, they always quote their stuff in US dollars, and I'm Canadian, so I have to pay the Canadian exchange rate. So I'd more or less say, just make sure that you check everything for international buyers, people that are not from the US, I guess. Now, on to the actual hair. So the hair was actually, it seems to be okay. It's all in here, so excuse all the rumpling. So the first thing I'm pulling out here is the 12-inch closure, and they come in netting. They put everything in netting, as you can see, and it is a body wave texture, as I said. The lace is a nice light brown color, so it shouldn't be too far off from my actual skin tone, and it's great if I want to put concealer in the part to make it more defined. I do have to say that the density of this particular closure is really great. Like, I find that, you know, some of the closures, like when you buy them, you do have to pluck in the part because it's not as defined as you would want it to be. This particular closure is not too dense, so I don't think I'm going to have to be doing any plucking with this closure. There's no raunchy or like chemical smell. I mean, it does have a smell to it, but it's not anything crazy or like anything that won't go out like after one wash. It kind of smells like I don't know, it kind of smells like store-bought hair, but it kind of doesn't. It's really hard to describe, but it's nothing to be worried about is what I would say. So there's a better look at the closure. Okay, the next thing I'm going to pull out here is one of the bundles. This is the 22-inch bundle. So here is the 22-inch bundle again. So as we know, the longer the length, the smaller the actual bundle. So I'll show you this in comparison to the 20-inch bundle. So you should see a slight difference in the longest length bundle versus the shorter length bundles, because the longer it is, the shorter the left, or the wefting rather, and the shorter the length, the longer the weft lengthening. So here's the body wave one. I definitely think this is steam process to get this curl, so I don't think this will be staying. My last show and tell of the hair I purchased from them as well was a body wave texture, and that did stay a little bit after washing, but I did predominantly wear the hair straight, so after a while it was no longer there. I do see a little bit of gray hairs here. Nothing crazy. I wouldn't be too alarmed about it, but overall it's definitely great. This hair is actually, I think it's typical of Chinese hair that all the hair is not the same from root to tip. So as you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but like as I pull out here, you can see like it's made up of all little small hairs like as you go down. So it's definitely not the same from root to tip. Okay, so there's the 22-inch bundle. Very pretty and soft. Again, no crazy smell. So the last thing I'm pulling out of the bag is the 20 and 18-inch bundle. So here it is. This is the 20, this is the 18. So you can see there is a difference in the amount of hair. This is a lot thicker because it's shorter, and this is thinner because it is longer. As you can see, there's no frays in the wefting. It's very well done and sewn and meshed together. There's also no funky smell in this hair. Everything's pretty much alike as the other bundle that I just showed you, which was the 18-inch. No, sorry, that would be the, I'm sorry, I got my bundles confused here. So this one here is the 22. This is actually the 20-inch. I have my 18-inch bundle right here. So here's the 18-inch bundle. So it's a lot thicker, but the same thing, has the mesh over the hair to keep it protected, and it's a lot thicker in comparison to the other two. So this is the 18 compared to 22 and 20. So I should actually have it like this. So 18, 20, 22. Okay, so you can see there's a definite variation in size. So the seller also sent me a pair of natural lashes, which are here. So I'm probably going to try those out soon. Nice and natural looking. And as well as the hair products, they also sent me a little brochure just showcasing what they actually have as far as products go. So it just says thanks on the front here. It has their seller information on the back, and when you flip it up, they're actually showing you that they have bleach blonde hair and like frontals and other hair textures like curly, and that looks like a deep curl down here. So in conclusion, I would definitely say check out Double Queen hair products for their hair. I mean, I only ended up paying $132 US for 3 bundles and a closure. So it's definitely good if you're on a budget, you're in school, or you have other financial obligations. I mean, the hair that I purchased from them, which was my first batch of hair, is also still holding up. The only reason I'm changing it is just because it's coming into fall and winter, and I do want a change and just some darker hair. So that's all for my first impressions of the Double Queen Hair Products hair. If you want to see any further updates or have any questions, definitely leave them down below and I'll be sure to answer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next one.